So here's a library homepage. The library liaisons are located under research and all the way down almost to the bottom. And you can see a little bit of the scope of the program, but what we have is a nice tool that you can filter by department. So if you're looking for who is the counselor education librarian, you click on it and apply, and it'll give you the person's name and all of their contact information. We have 11 liaisons that work in all of the different areas in to help bring the content that each individual area needs to the collection. So that's one of my areas. And then we have like English. So you can see, you just would pick and you'll see exactly who you'll be working with. And this is the person that if you find a title in the collection that you would like to have it unlimited for your students, this is who you reach out to with that title. Give them the title, the author's last name, and you can give them the ISBN for the print, but they will end up finding, using that or looking for the electronic ISBN. But as long as you can give an ISBN so they know exactly what edition you're using. Okay. And so once you get in contact with the liaison, some of the things you can do, one of them is sharing the current semester or the upcoming semester's textbook title. So if you've already decided on a textbook for spring, if you share this title with the librarian, that person can go through all of our collections and see if we have access to it. And if we don't, but we can acquire it, this is the time where we could get this item into our collection. So if you work ahead and let us know as soon as you know what the title is you want to use, if you reach out to us, then we can help you hopefully make that a reality, right? Not from Cengage and the likes. And one thing too is if you're not so set, you don't have your heart set on one title, at this time, if you let the liaison know, oh, I'm looking for biology, this is the title I would like. But if you're thinking maybe about moving to a different book, if you've used that same book for a while and you're looking at something else, let the liaison know if you're open to alternatives, because we can search by subject and offer you alternatives to the book where your students would have to pay. We can get you something from a reputable publisher that is the same sort of content. So the more open you are to it, I think the more you can get from the service.
So am I correct that the liaisons then would be able to assist the professor in finding a comparable book?
Yes. So if we don't have the book you want, we can offer you up some that FAU OER that are in our collection that you may use. And we're also open to looking at open educational resources, OERs, out on the internet that are freely available for you to use. So we'll share a variety of information with you. So the next thing that we can do after you know who your liaison is and who you're going to get with when you find the book you like, you can start doing a little bit of searching on your own. If this is something you're interested in doing, it's enlightening. You'd be surprised what we have that when you get in there and look, we have quite a bit more than people realize. So we're going to start today. We're looking at some of the licensed ebooks with ProQuest eBook Central. And this is the database that we subscribe to, that we have the DDA with, but it's not the only way you can get ebooks. So this is the one for this, for this particular method of DDA. So we're just like before, we're going to start with the library's homepage, and we're going to go to the library database tab, and we're going to enter in ProQuest eBook Central. So let me get you live there again. And we're going to the library database tab. If you use the link that I had in the PowerPoint, it'll automatically take you to the database. So if for some reason you're not sure where to get there. So we've searched all of our databases just now, and it's given us the result ProQuest eBook Central. So this is exactly what we need. And this is what it looks like. So we're looking at only the books in ProQuest. I had a faculty reached out to me the other day and requested a specific textbook title: Ordinary Families, Special Children. Well, families won't work. Okay, or it might work, who knows. Okay, so here are the results through the ebooks. If you notice, it'll say out the gate that it's available. But just because it says that the title's available doesn't mean that we really own it. It could just be one of those rental books. So you have access to it. It's available to you, but we only have access as long as there's money in that account, and if they don't roll that title off of the list that we have. So that available comes with a lot of like asterisks next to it. But here's the book that was requested of me. And to see the book, all you do is click on the title. And there are a couple of things you want to pay attention to. Once you open the book up, this gives you the detailed information about the book. But if you see under availability, and it's right here, your institution has unlimited access to this book. So sometimes you might get lucky and you find a book you like and you see that notation there, and you can feel free at that moment to add this book to your collection. You don't really need to get with the library to make sure that we have it if you see this message come up.
So unlimited means that we've already purchased it?
That we've already purchased it, yes. And when you're here, there are several different ways you can approach opening the book. The one that I recommend is if you roll down and you can see the chapters, if you go chapter by chapter, and then you can download the PDF. Sorry, not this one, huh? So read online. So here's the book comes up. And if you do chapter download from here, then you have access. You will have to sign in to continue. And this is, it's just a requirement of some of the databases. So I'm going to put in my OWL card number. Yeah, and so they do have a little more restrictions when you're looking at the full text of ebooks, because they don't want maybe somebody coming in off the street, and so once you get in, and you can do your chapter downloads and you can print, and it'll ask you a lot of times like what device you want to use, and actually if I come over here, it'll open up the table of contents. It makes it a little more alive. You can search within the book just like you would use Google if there's a specific term or that you're looking for, and it'll take you directly to the pages that you need to get to. And you can go by, this is, the direct links into the different sections. Sometimes you can open it up and go directly into whichever section of that you're looking for. So it's a very user-friendly setup here with ProQuest. In my opinion, it's one of the easiest ones that we offer to you all. So you can kind of see how the...
Can I ask, you indicated that we could download a chapter, but if we're using the entire book with the class, what's the best practice for students to be able to get access to, or to print out or keep a copy of that?
So not every book has the permissions to be fully downloaded and fully printed. So sometimes you have that option, but not all the time. So if you just log in and not download, then anybody can read online. So
and more than one at a time.
And more than one at a time,
okay.
Because it's unlimited. Okay. If it shows as a single user or two users, then only two people could log in at a time, and if the third person tries to get in, it'll show that the book is checked out and they won't have access to it. Okay. So it's important that if you do know you're going to use one of these books for a class, you want to make sure that we purchase the unlimited access. If not, it's just going to be more frustrating for the students. So if I were doing this and I wanted to read the book, I would read it online. That's just everybody has access this way. But sometimes you have a limit to how much you can do for the downloading. And so, but if everybody can read online, that's part of the access model.
And it will state in there if there's limitations on it.
Yes. And usually you'll see, like, here's one of them, get up to 45 pages, use any PDF software, does not expire. So this one you can get 45 pages, no problem. Now you could download the whole book and you could get all of the pages. It requires a third-party software. It's free. But it's just a few extra steps of logging in to create the account to get that information. So that's why if you're just wanting to read, just go ahead and use the read online icon. So when I did this original search for the title Ordinary Family Special Children, it gave us a few other results. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you some of the things to notice with different titles, kind of like how many pages you can copy and that. So we're going to look at the next title, Troublemakers. Okay, so this book, if we look under availability, this says your institution has access to multiple copies of this book. And this seems extremely encouraging. And this is the one that you want to be worried about is this is a rental book. This means as long as we're renting, as long as we've got money in the deposit account, as long as they don't roll this book out of their list, we have access to this. Everybody at any time can look at it. But if it's the end of the month and they're taking this title away, you might come in tomorrow and think you're going to use Troublemakers and realize that it doesn't exist. It will just be gone. So in this situation, when you see has access to multiple copies, you need to get with your library liaison, and then we will go ahead and make an outright purchase for you of this book.
So the key word there was the word unlimited access.
That's
in
right.
The previous.
That's right.
That's the difference.
Unlimited is
Okay.
the one that's okay. And if you're not sure, better to be safe than sorry. We don't mind going in and checking these for you. We want you to be able to help the students, the best way we can. So there's an example of one of those. And then this one here, remember the other one was like 40 something pages. This one is 92 pages. So each publisher, each book has its own set of rules. So I can't give you just one answer, and the answer is constantly changing.
And so, Dawn, we have a question about documentaries and the unlimited or multiple access. Lynn had asked about the documentaries that are currently available at FAU, and not unlike what you're talking about, she had one disappear from the collection after using it for several years. So is this sort of the same thing where, check with the liaison and check under that availability note?
Okay, this is a very similar, yes. And this happens a lot, is maybe somebody used a title for a while as a documentary. And when we purchase them, a lot of times the publishers won't let us just buy this title outright to use forever. So we'll pay for maybe a year at a time or 3 years at a time. And it's a good idea if a faculty knows that they want to use a video for a course, that before the class starts, as you're working on your syllabus, I would be the person you'd reach out to. I deal with all of the videos, whether it be DVD or streaming, and I can see what the best option would be for that situation. But yes, it's very important to pay attention to the streaming videos. If you know you want to use it, you check with us before your class starts.
So
and I would imagine that even something that you've been using for a while, because you never really know, right?
Right. Maybe we had a 3-year subscription to it. So for the first 3 years, everything was great and you're doing fine. And then on the beginning of the 4th year, it seems to go away. And so you would just reach out as soon as you figure out that that's an issue. Reach out to me, Dawn Frood, and I can make sure that we do our best to get it back for you. Now we do have some budgetary constraints, and sometimes we can't get every streaming video that we get a request for, but we do try to do the most that we can with what we have. And especially with something you've been using for a while, we would definitely want to try to work to keep that going.
And so I'm also understanding then that I've been using this documentary for a while, and I don't even know how long the license is for. I should just reach out to you just to be proactive, right?
Please. Yes, absolutely. I would love to hear from you. We can let you know exactly what you have and for how long you have it. Okay, so that was Troublemaker. So that was the second option in the list. And then I had another one here that I thought was interesting, the Practical Guide to Early Intervention. So this is another title, and again, it's showing available. Let that fool you. Okay, so here's this title, and for this availability, our institution has access to 12 copies of this book. So that seems like a random number. I don't know why we have 12 of that one, but sometimes we pool our resources with the other SUS schools, and sometimes we'll put some money together and purchase something outright, and each of us will get a little bit of usage with it. So that could be what the case is with that. But you never know what you're going to find, but you do need to pay attention to this if you're really wanting to get the most out of the OER, FAU OERs. And you can see too here is a little bit of what they're requesting, 78 pages for that one.
So if they're looking at one of these and they're not sure exactly what they're looking at, go ahead and contact their liaison.
That's right. Yep. If you're not sure, get with us. Also, when you do, like, let's say you wanted this book and 12 copies is enough, you have a small class. If you click on the share this link icon, it'll provide the link for you to put into Canvas, so you can work with it that way. There are other programs we have available through Canvas that are helpful with this, but this is just one easy way to get the link and share it with them. One point is, if you have chosen a book that we have in one of our ebook collections, make sure you're sharing the link as much as you can, because we don't want to spend a lot of money. Sometimes these books are a couple $100 each, and if we spend the money and the link doesn't get shared with students, sometimes they're not so great about knowing how to search the catalog. No. And you could tell them, oh, the library owns it, just look in the catalog, and maybe 3 people out of 20 would have no problems. But it's just to be safe, and you're going to get the most. You'll know how much use you're getting out of it if you're using these direct links like this. We'll know, and we'll make sure that you know. So back to the library homepage, we're going to go to databases again. And this time I'm going to choose Browse. Last time we typed in ProQuest eBook Central. This time we're going to do Browse, and we're going to look and see all of the different databases that have ebooks in them. So there are quite a few, hundreds. We're going to literally, we're going to narrow it down to just electronic books and text. Also, somebody asked earlier about streaming video, and if you ever want to know how to locate that, since the question was asked, it's the next one right below, and this will take you directly to the databases that include streaming video, but not today. Today we get ebooks. Okay, and we're going to, so every result that came up does have some form of ebook content. There's one platform that I wanted to show you. It's called Project Muse. So it's under the P's. And we're going to click to open that. And one of the things I like about Project Muse is everything that you have access to is unlimited. So if you find something in Project Muse, you're not going to have to get with the librarian to find out if this goes away at some point, because it won't go away. A lot of this stuff is open access. So let's say I'm looking for something on gender studies. Maybe I don't really know what a title I'm looking for. Maybe I'm just trying to come up with some ideas of how I could maybe find some content. Now, because this is a database, and it's also pulling up journal titles. So if we're genuinely looking only for ebooks, you'll want to refine to books. And then it'll take that huge number of 59,000, and it's going to bring us much lower. I'm curious, 240. A little bit. So there's a few different, you can see some of these are the academic publishers that we were talking about earlier. So here's one title, here's another one. Let's click on this one so you can just see how easy it is to work with. Okay, so here's the book, and you might look at this and think, oh, there's not much going on. I don't have the book. Where's the PDF? But a lot of the times you'll get a preview of the table of contents, and if you roll the screen down, you'll get to see all of the different sections of the book. And just like with the other one, you have the option. In this case, it's you have to download it chapter by chapter. So just a thought on this one. A lot of the databases, they restrict to that. And if you download it, just to kind of give you an idea of the quality of what we have here. So this for this chapter, 16-page chapter, and you can see that's very nice content. And it opened up very easily. And at this point, if somebody wanted to print it, or if they want to save this to a flash drive, they have the ability to do that.
It's all in a PDF format.
That's right. This is all PDF. So that's Project Muse. Let's see if there's anything. And now I want to show you another database that is, when we looked in the A to Z database, I'm going to come back to the homepage and just go from scratch again so it doesn't get all mixed up. So from the homepage, if you go to databases, we have an all-time favorite, JSTOR. Everybody loves JSTOR. And when we think of JSTOR, a lot of times we think journal articles, but they also have a significant ebook content. So, and why I'm showing you JSTOR, just like when I brought up Project Muse, if you can find a book in JSTOR, it is full text. So you're not going to have to worry about, and it's unlimited access like Project Muse. It's not like one person can get in and the rest of the class is sitting there frustrated. So you're not going to get anybody shut out with this. So with JSTOR, just like the other database, it includes journals and primary sources and books. If you do an advanced search, you can go ahead and refine it just to books if that's what you're looking for. And I'm going to just say art, look for art books. Now, JSTOR opens up by book chapter, and you can see the chapter for each of the books that came up with this search. If you want to see the entire book, if the chapter looks interesting and it's a book you think you might want to use, then you'll just click on where it came from, and the book will open up. Here's the book, open access, and then here are all of your chapters just like you see. So this is a trend. Look for this because this is how they're doing it. It's not you open up the book and it's all there in one chunk. It seems to be more manageable, and this is the way they're doing it. And then just curious, I'll open that one and see what it looks like. So here, this is you hopefully are familiar with the JSTOR format.
So this is great because you could actually just take a chapter or chapters, various chapters as are needed within your course.
Right. Yeah, if you're building a course in Canvas and you wanted to use this chapter, now I'm in the whole book, but if you could take this chapter, you can save that link and put that in just for this section. And then as you get to, maybe you're not going to use chapter 2, but you're going to use 3. When you get to that week in Canvas, you can add that link and it'll directly get the students to where they need to be. So
you can link by chapter then.
Yes.
Okay, great.
I was just going to see if I could show you. The last thing you can do is search the library catalog on your own. And this is just very organic. You can, sometimes you can get results that just handed to you by trying this approach. And so we're going to start again with the library homepage. We're going to click on the library catalog tab, and then we're going to search for the title of a textbook. Okay, so here's the library catalog tab right there. And we're going to look for, I got a request the other day for a specific book, Environmental Chemistry. And the author of that textbook is Manahan. If you know you want a specific textbook by a specific author, go ahead and give that information. It'll just limit the results so you won't see so much. And especially with the topic so broad like that, if you include an author, then you'll limit the results that you get. So with this search, this looks in our catalog, like the card catalog, and you can see that some of the results that came up are books, just regular books that you check out. And then when you see non-circulating, those are typically, we know they're textbooks and they're held on reserve. In this case, for this book, it's in HBOI. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. And if you
It's with us today.
Hi, Pam. Props to you. That's a nice, good book. So for this one here, we've finally come to the first option that's an ebook. And so let's look and see if this actually was the one. I'm not going to surprise you. So here's the book. And this gives us a little more information in case we want to know about it. And then to read the book, you just click here. And because the professor got with me and let me know that he was using it for his class, I went ahead and was able to purchase the unlimited access to this book. So it's there, his students will always have it, and you can see the different, this one is 197 pages that they can do without having to have any issues. So, but just like the others, you can see that they can download by PDF, by chapter, and they have the link to the book that can be added. So this platform might be looking familiar to you at this point. So that's an example of where somebody came to me and they had a title all figured out that they knew they wanted to work with. Now, sometimes you get requests and you're not really sure, what book you want to use. So let's say I want to look for a book on biology.
So do you need to be in the
I
library?
do need to be in library catalog, yes. If not, it would give us a whole bunch of stuff we really don't want. It would give us a lot of what we have here, but some more too, just a massive amount. 2 minutes? Okay. So in this case, I'm going to put in biology. So let's say you're just looking for a book on that topic. Now, one of the things that I want you to be aware of when you're using the catalog is it looks for all different types of items that we have. So you would want to, if you want an electronic book, choose online resources on the left-hand side. And you would then want to choose book, because if not, you're going to get GovDocs and other things that might not necessarily be what you're wanting. So in this case, you do something like that. And now you see all the results have the ebook icon next to them. So I had, I wanted to just show you some, for a couple of minutes while we have a few more minutes, 1 minute maybe? Yeah. Okay, so I've shown you ProQuest as a platform. We've played with that quite a bit. And we saw JSTOR and some of the others. Here's another example of one. This is Alexander Street Press. And this is one where it looks like not much is here. If I opened this up and I wasn't mentally prepared for it, I would think I didn't really have the book. But just always think in terms of chunks. And when you click on each of the links they provide for you, it'll open up that specific chunk of the book. There are so many ways that it opens up that I feel like if you can see as much as you can, then you'll know, oh, this is supposed to happen like this. It's this is another one. Oh, now this book here, I clicked on, it's not available. Please contact your librarian. So this could be one right now. So when you see a message like this, we might only have one copy of this book. Another person might be using that other copy. And so in order for you to, you want to read the book too, you can let us know, you can reach out, and we might be willing to purchase another edition, like another copy. Oh, so anytime you see something under availability that you're not sure about, you can reach out and either we can purchase more of the book, or in this situation, I'm pretty sure this one somebody already has the book checked out. So usually within an hour period, it times out and you can get back in and use the book. But there we have EBSCO, Clinical Key. We have many vendors that have ebooks, and it just takes a little time to get used to each of their platforms.